What's going on, everybody? C4 here, and welcome back to the Madden 20 Ratings Prediction Series. We're going to be taking a look at a roster that's going to be incredibly polarizing to talk about and discuss when we look towards Madden 20, and that is the Kansas City Chiefs. On one hand, they're going to have arguably the most overpowered and probably the best player to have in your franchise mode in Patrick Mahomes. So as you can see right after rip, after getting 50 touchdowns last season, being the cover boy of Madden 20, I'm probably going to guess he's going to get a 99 overall. And we already are well aware of some of the X Factor traits he's going to get, like bazooka and a bunch of unique ones, like no-look passing. He's going to be very, very fun. But beyond that, it's an incredibly interesting roster. You have a personal dilemma if you want to play with Tyreek Hill. There's no more Kareem Hunt. Lots of turnover on the defensive side. If you were, maybe not an actual Chiefs fan, but you did like the Chiefs, there's lots of turnover. No more Justin Houston, no more Berry. Maybe those players that you liked are no longer there. That could make them not interesting to you. So, the very polarizing roster when it comes towards Madden 20. I'm going to throw you a couple predictions for how I think the roster is going to shape up. We did have the beta, but everyone, that worked on Madden said the beta's it was purposely, the ratings were messed up. So that's why this series still has some validity. So jump into the quarterback spot. We have Patty Mahomes, 5,100 total yards last year, 50 touchdowns, 12 interceptions, plus 270 rushing yards and 2 rushing touchdowns. He's 99. If he's not a 99, I don't know what is. There's no other way to dwell on it. We've already seen a lot of Patrick Mahomes in the lead up to the release of Madden 20. He's going to be just scary good. In the running backs, no more Kareem Hunt. We have Damian Williams, who was all right last season. 400 yards, 6 total touchdowns. They brought in Carlos Hyde, who's kind of bounced around after, 2 years ago, having a good year with the 49ers, finally being able to stay healthy a little bit. So, I mean, he's, you got some big-time question marks here when it comes to this backfield. They have one of the better fullbacks in the National Football League in Sherman, 77. So here we go at wide receiver. Tyreek Hill. On field, he's going to be a 94. Last season, 1,600 total yards, 13 touchdowns. Perfect style wide receiver for an Andy Reid offense for a quarterback of Patrick Mahomes' skill set. However, it's off the field dilemma. Do you want to play with a guy? I don't know what I'm going to do when it comes to the rebuild. I'm probably just going to suck it up and not be super sensitive and just play with Tyreek Hill because he's going to be playing in the National Football League. He's probably going to get 8-game suspension and be back after that because all the charges were dropped. But there is the personal dilemma that, he's a piece of shit. He's a dirtbag. If you still support him, you're probably the worst football fan ever. But he's so damn good. He's still going to, after that suspension, he's going to play very, very well. I just hope people don't forget about what he did. You could hope that you could go ooh and ah, I guess, at his plays, but just remember the kind of human being that he is. We have Sammy Watkins here. We gave him an 82, 570 yards, 3 touchdowns in 10 games last year. A lot of people are expecting him to have a big season. He's going to need to because, impending Tyreek Hill suspension. You got Robinson here. He's going to need to step up a little bit. And McCole Harbin was drafted to maybe be the replacement to Tyreek Hill in case things don't work out. Nice little burner there. At tight end, the best tight end in Madden now that Gronkowski has left, we have Travis Kelce, who we gave a 96 overall. Last season, 103 catches, 1,300 yards, 10 total touchdowns for the beast. Very well-rounded tight end. Can block, can catch. He's everything that you want, and he should be very overpowered. Another superstar X-Factor style player. On the offensive line, we have Fisher, 76, Irving, 72, Allegretti. I don't know who's actually going to be their starter, but they drafted him kind of high at starting center, 69. Laurent Duvernay-Tardif getting an 80. And at right tackle, one of the best tackle, I think, top 5 tackle in the National Football League. We have Mitchell Schwartz, who's getting a 90 overall, which I actually think is the highest rating. I think I gave Lane Johnson an 89 and Schwartz a 90. I think Ramczyk from the Saints is up there as well. Going to the defensive side, lots of transition here. We have Okafor and Agba. I think they're going to battle it out for one of the defensive end positions. The Chiefs made the trade with the Browns to bring in Agba. Okafor, I think he has a little bit better track record. Might have the inside track to starting, but he is slightly smaller, 260. Agba at 275, kind of more in that mold of a 3-4 defensive end. So that's going to be an interesting battle. On the opposing side, they got Frank Clark. Paid big money to get him over from the Seattle Seahawks. Double-digit sack artist, and they're going to need him to fill some massive shoes as they don't really have that edge rushing production anymore at linebacker. It's going to have to come from these 2 defensive ends, and Frank Clark is going to have to step up and be everything Justin Houston was and a little bit more. At D tackle, all right, we got Chris Jones, 93 overall, was amazing last season. 15.5 sacks, 19 TFLs. What we know right now is he doesn't have a superstar X factor for Matt. I think he's, even with my Eagle bias, with Carson Wentz and Malcolm Jenkins not getting X factors. Above all, I think Chris Jones not getting one is the biggest slap in the face. And it's all information that we gathered from pre-release content for Madden. So maybe when it is on release, they will give him, rightfully so, an X factor. But until then, he's sleeping big dog. I might have to make my own rosters and give him one. But Chris Jones getting a 93. You have Derek Nottie, 78. He's solid. I really did like the draft pick of Kalen Saunders from Western Illinois. I think he's going to be a nice little developmental prospect here for the Chiefs. I mean, ultimately, you could see, how the Chiefs are actually going to line up. These guys here are slightly smaller 3-4 ends. Like Frank Clark could be an outside linebacker. I wouldn't be shocked to see either one of Okafor or Ogba, or maybe even both of them. Maybe this whole roster's ganked up, and they're going to be outside linebackers, and then you're going to try to build your defensive line from here. Chris Jones could be a D tackle or a D end. Noddy could be your nose, and then you could, or maybe you have Noddy and Chris Jones as your D tackles, and you take a guy like Kalen Saunders and make him your nose. So it'll be interesting to see how the Chiefs line up. Linebacking core's real weak. Passignon, 69. He's been a draft bust ever since they drafted him from Villanova. In the inside, they traded for Darren Lee, who actually kind of finally had a breakout season last year for the Jets. You got Hitchens. We're giving him a 76, 135 tackles last season. Ragland's been solid. Right outside linebacker, Breland Speaks. Use a high pick on him. They're going to need him to step up. Corner, we have Kendall Fuller. This was a historically bad defense. So Kendall Fuller, I think he finished with like an 86 or 87 for Madden 19 roster. I'm not giving that for a secondary. That was god-awful. And if you're the best player in that secondary, you're not getting a high rating. I know he's a solid player. Give him 82. That's not a bad rating whatsoever, but it's still not 88. Are you kidding me? If you're an 88 corner, you can almost single-handedly. That should reflect a corner that can make the unit not horribly bad. And Fuller didn't have that in him last year, but still an 82 for him. 2 interceptions, 12 pass breakups, 82 tackles. Beyond that, not a lot. I mean, Tremont Smith, big fan of him. I think he's a fun guy to use and develop in your franchise modes, but not a lot of talent in this cornerback room. At free safety, probably going to want to go with Juan Thornhill, talented safety out of Virginia as your starter, and not Lucas or Harold Jones Quartet. Then you got the big money man coming in, replacing Eric Berry. They got Honey Badger, who we're going to give an 87 overall. I'm a big Honey Badger fan. Going to try to come in and change the identity of the Chiefs defense, which he's already kind of come out in the media and said that's what he wants to do. I think he can do it, man. He is an absolute game changer, and we're going to give him an 87. Really, really solid special teams unit as well for the Chiefs. Butker, 81, and Colquitt, 82. So there you go, guys. Those are my Madden 20 ratings predictions for the Kansas City Chiefs. As always, if you agree or disagree with any ratings you saw here today, let me know in the comment section below. It's your first time stopping by. Madden 20 season's just beginning, so make sure you hit that subscribe button. And until next time, it's C4 saying peace out.